What up? It's your boy King Down 225 coming at you with another reactionary video. So hit that like, subscribe, I'm part of the kingdom. Y'all know this is V1 channel. And it's weird how shit works. I had a thought in my mind just the other day, and people ask me, man, how you decide what kind of videos you want to react to? Like, I gotta get some kind of reaction, some feeling. Like, sometimes I don't react to what everybody react to. And some videos I make, a lot of people don't even acknowledge. But this here is what I want to discuss today. Footage research is about 1973 special report on how the government's welfare system destroyed black families. I've always said we the most gaslit community, the original gaslit. Because when we say the problems, when we talk about the problems that we have had to overcome and endure and still suffer through, people are very dismissive of it, like as if we complaining all the time. We're not complaining, we just, trying to share our experiences. Well, the other day, the thought is weird. This how these stories just weird to me sometimes when I react, because I didn't have a thought. And it seemed like the universe pop up a story. Like real talk. I have a thought. I be having internal dialogue, conversations, just thinking about shit. And the other day I was like, I just told this to, my first cousins. We from the South. First cousins are treated like, brothers and sisters as opposed to, cousins. So I was like, told my cousins a few months ago, and the thought jumped into my head. I'm like, do you realize that none of us, the first cousins, are bastard children? Like, and I'm gonna say about 20 of us first cousins, and I'm gonna say it's about three of us out of the 20, maybe four. Three are bastard children. Bastard children used to mean children born out of wedlock. Us. All of us were born in the 70s. Us. We were Generation X that were born to our mothers. None of us, majority of us, were children born in wedlock. But then I look at my children and us, the same 20 first cousins that were not born out of wedlock. Can you imagine how many of their children were born out of wedlock? I'm talking about my cousins. That includes all my children, all my brother's children. Like it's only a few of us. It's weird how the dynamics shift. There's only a few of us first cousins born out of wedlock. Now that those first cousins have children, only a few of those children are born within wedlock. And I was like, damn, that's fucking weird. And you can see the connecting dots. People say this domino first started. I'm not gonna talk about slavery because we had a sense of unity and togetherness and familyhood when we left slavery, despite the shit that y'all did us. But people say the first domino fell with the destruction of black families. Well, overall, people say families was in the '60s when birth control was an issue. I say it was the motherfucking '70s was the real issue, the real domino, because that really encouraged the welfare state in my mind. That old mentality, like they talk about the man in the house rule. We didn't discuss this on many occasions within our community, how you got to get some of these government programs. In order to get some of these government programs, the man is basically banished from being a man in his household. And it just changed that whole mentality. '70s, the creation of the daddy government. '80s, daddy government put drugs in your community to further chop the head off the father figure, the masculine energy. Okay, we're gonna get a woman money in the '70s and tell her, don't fuck with your husband. We're gonna pump dope into the community, get your daddies hooked, and lock them all up. In the '90s, After we didn't cause so much carnage, we gonna create a crime bill and lock up all your children. It's weird. It's weird to me. But let's go to this footage. I'm gonna leave a link in the description. I went to go subscribe to this dude channel. It's a 14-minute long video. I was trying to debate whether I react to 14 minutes of just these key points that they speaking on. Right? 80s dope era, creation of hip hop, like all that struggle. But let's get to the video. The welfare state destroyed. This I always said this, bro. What these people about to say, I've always said this. Cause I'm a father. And I'm like, man, the value that I bring to my children uh is not quantifiable in a dollar amount. Like my child needs to see me every motherfucking day, not just send her a check. Be around my child every day, so I can be instilling my values and my beliefs and what I think and what I feel. Cause if she ain't around me, she's not gonna get that, and she's gonna be lacking that part that she needs, so she don't be out here being a motherfucking 304. But let's get to the video.
Living. The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure aid to families with dependent.
To prevent welfare cheating. Now, I gotta tell you, okay, motherfuckers still cheating the system. Let's think bigger than that. Like, why are you really trying to eradicate? Because this was the purpose. Like I'm telling you, when we exited slavery, we had such a togetherness. We was building communities. We was it's like nobody was gonna be able to stop us regardless, and they were attempting to. What is the best way to destroy them? Okay, we cannot destroy them if they are united. We done threw the motherfucking kitchen at them, and they're still here. Let's separate them. We could do that. If we separate them, they're gonna scatter and it's gonna create chaos. And this is the end today.
The man in the house rule was written to prevent welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by others. But the effect of the man in the house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance.
I keep stopping this, but it's weird to me how people talk about this patriarchal system, right? When it's a sexist system, though. Like, we always say, the world don't give a fuck. If you're a man, when you turn 18, the world don't give a fuck if you starve to death or not. See, by that rule, it's saying a woman can receive help, but if a man is around, he a man. He is not allowed to need help. You like that's weird. Y'all get what I'm saying? Y'all talk about the patriot. Okay, we gonna be cool, if a woman is destitute and whatnot. But if a man around, he better not be destitute because he a man. That don't seem like very sexist. Like he should have his shit together. You should have had them goddamn. And as a single father, I'm telling you, that's how the world views you. Like the help. I talk about this a lot from my experiences. I raised a little girl. She 24-year-old mother on now. But I can tell you how the world views. Like as a man, I can't really ask for help. The world looks at me like, nigga, you supposed to have your shit together before you had them babies. It ain't no, I'm gonna feel good. Like they do women. I'm gonna go out my way to try to help her out and look out for her, give her a job, give her somewhere to stay, pay up. Nah, it's like, nigga, you shouldn't have had that baby. Give her to her mama. Take your black ass to jail. Like I'm telling you. Let's go back a little bit because I'm ranting because this shit.
To create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance, and thus welfare cheating, to make sure that aid to families with dependent children would go only to families headed by mothers. But the effect of the man-in-the-house rule is to create for children an atmosphere of investigation and surveillance, and thus the welfare system in its operation turns out to be a system to make life harder for children.
Harder.
The welfare system helps the disintegration of the American family. It offers money to families if the fathers will leave them and stay away.
Yep.
In that sense, doing stability of the family and taking away one of the two parents the children, of course, need. And what I have seen, I'm afraid to say, all over the country is that the legal system works against the best for these children.
And I've said that in my journey through child support court. Like, they be out here talking about they give a fuck about the welfare of the kid, but it just seems like they just want to be off the hook financially. Because if they cared about the welfare of the kid, they'll be talking about more than how much motherfucking money I'm gonna get. They should be talking about a give, a dish out. They should be talking about how often I'm gonna motherfucking get to see my child. She gonna set up a trust fund so my child, so you don't spend all this money on Jordans and fucking hair weed or your Birkin bags, whatever fuck you spend it on yourself. Got all upset because they was gonna issue out bank cards with child support payments on it, and you ain't allowed to buy alcohol, nothing personal. You got like they got been out of shape because somebody proposed that. I mean, that's why I always like to do analysis. Like, I may bring up issues about certain things, and people might view it as you taking blame, you blaming somebody else for something. But if I analyze this shit, this was, I don't want to say it's a choice because a lot of this shit got to do with poverty. That's always gonna be my biggest enemy when it comes to my community. Fuck what y'all think. I'm against the, you know, the majority. I'm fighting poverty because it was about choices. I could choose to take the government dad as assistant or thug it out on my own. See, that's the kind of family weird though. I talk about my family. I don't